These are the top 3 most common reasons people are not ranking for their keywords with SEO, with search engine optimization. Now, before I start, I gotta say, this is a gross oversimplification of SEO. And any SEO that confidently diagnoses your issue as to why you're not ranking, that confidently diagnoses your issue on the spot without doing any research, just listens to you for 15 seconds and diagnoses your issue on the spot, any SEO that does that, crap SEO and a huckster. It's why I don't often do live streams. An SEO diagnosing somebody's problem on the spot, that's like a doctor diagnosing the problem, just listening to a few symptoms and then telling you to change your lifestyle or get surgery based on that. Would you trust that? Would you let a doctor tell you to change your lifestyle or get some crazy surgery just listening to you from a few symptoms? No, you would want the doctor to go deeper. You would want the doctor to really make sure, because a lot of the time it could be a lot more complex than what's just on the outside. It's the same thing with search engine optimization. There are so many reasons why a site might not be ranking or a brand might not be ranking for their desired keywords, but these are the 3 most common reasons, and that's what I have for you on this episode of the show. It's the 3 most common reasons, and again, oversimplification, but it's the most common reasons. Number one is a brand is not targeting their desired keyword properly. The non-negotiable places to put a keyword, it's the page title, the URL slug, the H1, and the beginning of the first sentence. Meta description, that's optional. It's always great to put it there, but the page title, URL slug, H1, beginning of the first sentence, those are non-negotiable. Or another issue with targeting a keyword properly is maybe it's being targeted too much. Recently, I saw an exact match domain with the keyword in it. So the domain was like nyctopdental.com, something like that. It would be something like that. And then the page path was also nyctopdental.com. So imagine going to nyctopdental.com /locations /nyctopdental. And that's kind of what it was like. This is over targeting a keyword. Or the keyword could be over targeted because it's a long keyword and it's used too many times on the page in the copy. It's used too many times. That comes off as spammy. Searchers don't like that. Google really doesn't like that. Technically, it's known as keyword stuffing, but keyword stuffing has gotten a lot more sensitive over the years. And it also depends, like I said, it's nuanced. It depends on the length of the keyword. Sometimes it's unavoidable because your keyword is just a very common phrase in your industry. But if it's a longer keyword and it's being used too much, that's another reason that the keyword is not being targeted properly. Or another way in which the keyword isn't being targeted properly is you might have the keyword in the page title, the URL slug, the H1, the beginning of the first sentence. But despite that, your page isn't really about that keyword and you have a lot of competition. You have some decent competition and your page only thinly addresses the keyword. And so a lot of searchers, they come to your page, they are left unfulfilled. They're reading through it. They say, no, this isn't for me. This isn't what I'm looking for. This was clickbait almost because I got to click on this thinking this page was about what I was looking for, but it's not, and then they bounce, and that happens a lot, and then your page goes down in rank. Or Google can tell that right away because your page doesn't satisfy topical authority. I'll get into that in a moment, and you don't rank at all. The most common reason that brands are not ranking for their keywords is because they are not targeting them properly. Number two is the website, the domain, does not have enough topical authority. Topical authority is becoming an authority in your niche or topic. You get this through the backlinks that you have and through the content that is on your site. You have a lot of content on your site about your topic that helps you become an authority in your topic. And then you have lots of other websites linking to you with language around your niche and around your topic and around what you do. But the thing is, it's funny because it's quite easy to get enough of this, but brands don't really do it. So if you have an active blog, as in you're posting 1 to 2 times a month, and you're doing just good external general marketing, a lot of the times that's good enough. You have your external marketing with copy around your niche, copy around what you do, like I said, and then you have blog posts in your industry. A lot of the times that's good enough. But what happens is a lot of brands, especially ones that aren't ranking, they'll try to overcomplicate it, and instead of doing good marketing, they'll try to do link building and get links that nobody clicks on in publications that aren't great, or publications that you think are great, but really it's just some crappy SEO site, again, that gets no clicks. And so these backlinks don't actually matter, and you've wasted all your time doing link building, when instead, if you were doing general marketing, you'd be getting clicks from users who are actually in your niche, who might share you, but even then you're getting engagement, and this really helps. And because you're doing general marketing, you're sharing your brand and your site with language around your niche, and that builds topical authority to your site. The thing is, most keywords that people should be going after, or that people are going after, most keywords are not as competitive as people think. People think that they need to have like a crazy amount of backlinks, or they need to do all this special sophisticated SEO. They don't. They need to do some decent general marketing and then target the keyword properly. And that brings me to number 3. So lots of SEOs would say that this is number 1. I don't think it's number 1. Number 3 is that you don't have enough topical authority to that specific page or post that you are trying to rank for your keyword. Now, this one, number 3, it entirely depends on how competitive the keyword is. The most competitive keywords, they need more topical authority to their pages. If you're targeting a keyword and you're targeting it well, putting it in the places that I mentioned earlier, but lots of other people are doing that too, and you have decent topical authority for your site, but lots of other brands also have decent topical authority for their site, okay, now you need to have more authority for the specific page or post. And I'm assuming that the page or post, the content is tailored properly to the topic. You've taken care of the on-page part of topical authority, and that's when it comes down to backlinks. That's when it comes down to having more backlinks, better backlinks, more engaged backlinks, and the anchor text around your backlinks. So the text that is actually used either in your link or around your link. And if you want actually a good ratio for anchor text to use on backlinks, you should have the exact match for your keyword. That should be 5 to 15% of your backlinks. Then your brand, that's the anchor text. That's what goes over the link. That's 30 to 40% of your backlinks. The page title, or the H1, 10 to 15% of your backlinks. A lot of the times the page title might also just be, it should be, because you're targeting your keyword properly, the page title will also be the exact match keyword. Generic anchors like click here, that's 10 to 15%. A plain URL, naked URL, 15 to 20%. And then partial match, so you're not matching the keyword completely, but you're partially matching it, that's 10 to 20%. And those are the top 3 reasons, grossly oversimplified, that brands are not ranking for their desired keywords. Remember, SEO is nuanced. It takes research, but most people miss out on these obvious things. Target keywords well with a single page and turn your brand into an authority in your niche. If you want to go deeper into these topics and learn SEO that actually gets customers, I have a 13-hour course on it at compactkeywords.com. And that is all for episode 707 of my daily digital marketing show. Do this thing every day, 707 days in a row. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of days. 707 days in a row. I remember, let me go on a tangent for a moment. I remember I was sitting at Dumbo House in New York in, I think it was May of 2023. And I was sitting with my friend Samu and his friend whose name I don't remember. And I said, you know what? I should do a podcast. I think I could do a podcast. And I'm going to do it every day because nobody does it every day. And I didn't actually think that I was going to do it every day. And somehow I've done it every day and I had no idea what it would turn into. And it's crazy what it is turning into. It's so much fun. It's amazing. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.